Hello and welcome to the Locked Down Sessions 8 of Kung Fusion Online. Set a timer, so we're going to be doing some opening and stretching and strength building exercises for around about 40 minutes, and then we'll move on to the martial practice. If there's any questions throughout, just either unmute your microphone and ask them, but do be aware that that could well make you the center of the video. I don't mind that, as long as you don't mind that. What else have I got to tell you? I'm going to again keep the routine fairly fixed to the floor. And I want us to explore this evening, again, not in a huge in-depth way, but some of the myofascial work that we were doing a couple of weeks ago. So we'll bring the hands to the heart center and we'll begin with a bow towards the fingertip. Even this movement in itself is an exercise. You know, the esoteric side of it is that you are unifying your mind and your heart. However, if you actually think about what you're doing as you bring your head down to your fingertip, you're opening up that muscle plate in the back of your neck. So that may be cool. And we'll begin with just a little side-to-side movement in the hands. Crazy, it stopped raining now, completely gone. What a lovely evening there. Working it through. Don't worry about the clicks and the clacks that you can hear. It's more often than not sort of tendons moving over nodules rather than bones clicking or signs of some sort of osteoarthritis. And then we'll go forwards and backwards. And again, we're going for that twist. You can improve or increase that twist by taking the right hand, and then you can slice your knee with it or bring your hand up into the salute. And you're using it as like to help you increase the twist. But again, don't go and break yourself. Now we can release that. The right leg pulls in. So this, for some reason, it's called cow face. I'm sure it's got a fancy Sanskrit name that isn't cow face. But from here, I want us to now look at our right hand. We're going to bend the elbow, bring it into the chest, and apply some gentle pressure on the top. Focus on the wrist, not on your hips. Then we're going to come into the hashtag stretch. So fingers cross over and we extend the arm out. Lovely. So these are to help with wrist locks. Now we're in a tricky position here where we can't really practice our wrist locks and things unless you've got a partner that's willing to help you. Release. Place the left hand onto the elbow and then bring that across the chest. We're going to release that and take the right hand up and over, and then bring the left hand up the back. Make the meet. Now remember, if you can't make the meet, it doesn't matter. Use your t-shirt to help you, and if that's not helping, use a towel or a blanket or a stick, or just do your best. We release that. We're going to place both hands either side, and we're going to push into our feet and walk ourselves around to the opposite twist. 4 breaths. Imagine that your hands being pulled, and then we come down, and we'll go immediately with the left arm up in the air. And then we're going to just return back to the plank, and we'll drop the knees down to the floor. Now that might be enough for you on the side plank, but we're going to do a couple more variations of them. And remember, I've said this before, you can do certain reps on these. You could say do 10 side planks with the arm going up in the air. Incorporate a thread and the needle into it if you like. You know, it's your imagination really where you can go with this. We're going to aim now to do another side plank, but this time we're going to stack the feet. By stacking the feet, I mean that you put the right foot on top of the left foot. So we extend out into our plank. It's really nice to see you practicing your cat-cow there, Johnny, as well. It's good. Nice curvature in the back. At least I hope that's what you were doing. You weren't just collapsing. And then we twist so the right hand comes up in the air. And now take the right foot on top of the left foot. Just slightly more challenging. And you're aiming to get the sole of your left foot flat to the floor. Come back down, and then we're going to go to the opposite side. So the right foot's coming down, left foot stacked on top of it, the left arm goes up in the air. Bring the hands down and just lower your knees. So remember, I mean, I'm holding these for 10 breaths. But as I say, you can increase the time at your leisure, at your pleasure. We're now going to advance the plank, and take the right leg up in the air. Again, if it's not in your practice, don't worry about it. You can adapt and you can change. And there are all sorts of other adaptations that you can do. So we come back out into our plank, lift up, and then we take the side hand up. You know, you can stack different ways. You can have your right leg on the top, bring the knee down. But I don't think we need to do that. I think we can get that right leg there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we come down and we'll go for the right side. So as I was saying yesterday, horse stance, we need to be able to find it without too much messing around. So for instance, just raise this up a little bit. Got like a chopping my head off. My head already looks flat. We know that we can do the duck walk, but that's not really practical. If we go from spirit position, drop the weight into the left knee and make the right leg light, and then just let the toe brush along the floor, and then draw a circle out so that you can just see my toes touching there, and then shift the weight. That's a horse stance. And that's the right distance It's almost as if the body's been designed to have legs just the right length to reach the floor. So I put the weight into the right leg, come up onto the left toe, draw that circle out, and then sit into it. Now, to make sure that you're always coming to this comfortable distance. Doesn't need to be a huge and deep sitting horse. It's about a working distance, a comfortable distance. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to draw back into our spirit position, and without very much ado, and even really we want to do it without even having to do this. We want to just be able to step out and find horse stance. And this is where that camera is great, because you can see yourself doing that in the camera. Bring it in. We're going to go out with the left leg. Now, if it helps, you can draw the circle. However, I just think you should be able to move between the two. Spirit position, horse stance. Spirit position, horse stance. So now from our horse stance, we know that we've got 180 degrees in front of us. We've got 12 o'clock and 9 and 3 o'clock. Behind us is 6. We need to be able to work and make sure that we can cover the whole of the circle. So initially, when I bring my hands to my hips, and now I'm going to send out a movement, I'm going to bring the right elbow into the center line and push that out to the front as I'm doing the palm strike. Keep the elbow slightly bent. Don't want any locked out joints here. I don't care what you've read or what you've seen, don't lock the joint out. Even if you're hitting something, avoid it. We're not meant to lock our joints out. Now we want to turn to the right hand side. So the left hand is at the back. Palms still out. So we've just covered 45 degrees of the circle. We're going to come back to the center with that hand. Draw in, push it out with the left hand. Kicks, pounding waves, palm strikes, and front snap kicks. Now we'll come to the lowly square form. So we come to spirit position. Now I'm aware of the space, so we won't do this to the 4 walls. We'll return back to the beginning. And I'll start with my back facing you guys, so I can't see what's going on. Spirit position and bow. Right leg steps out. 1, 2 punches. 2, palm strike. 3, twisted horse. 4, step out. 5, double block. 6, side snap kick. 7, reverse palm. 8, double punch, front snap kick, step through the knife edge. Took me a bit to work that out then, Johnny, because with me starting with my back to you, and I looked, and it was like, is he right? And you were right, don't worry, it was me looking in the wrong reflection, frightening myself again. Spirit position, bow, right leg goes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,